Hey, welcome back to MindSpeak English, the podcast where we learn real English through real conversations.
Yes, and if you are new here, welcome. You just found your new favorite English podcast. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Joseph, and today we are going back, way back.
Oh, where are we going, Joseph?
We are going back to childhood.
Ooh, I love this topic already. Okay, before we go any further, quick question for you, our listener. When was the last time you actually thought about your childhood? Like really sat down and remembered something from when you were little?
Because I'll tell you, I was thinking about this on my way here today, and I remembered something that made me laugh out loud on the street. People were looking at me like I was a little bit crazy.
Just a man laughing alone on the street for no apparent reason.
Exactly, my most relatable quality.
Well, that's what today's episode is all about. We're going to share some of our favorite childhood memories, talk about why those little moments stay with us for so long, and along the way, we're going to give you a lot of really useful English to talk about your own past.
Yes, and at the end, we have our word tour, where we take the most useful words and expressions from today's conversation and explain them in a clear, simple way.
So you don't just hear new words, you really learn them and start using them.
This is a B1 to B2 level episode, so the English is natural and a little bit fuller, but not too complicated. If you don't catch every single word, that is completely okay. Just stay with us, and your brain will pick up more than you think.
And hey, if you enjoy learning English this way, through real stories and real conversations, make sure you subscribe to MindSpeak English. It really helps more learners find us.
Now, let's get into it. Hey, Lisa, when I say childhood memory, what is the first image that comes to your mind? Right now, no thinking.
Right now, a kitchen. My grandmother's kitchen. The smell of something baking.
Oh, that is a strong image.
It is so vivid. I can almost smell it right now. What about you?
For me, it's a football field. Well, I say football field. It was actually a piece of empty land next to my house. But to us, to the kids, it was a full stadium.
You were the architect of that stadium in your imagination.
100%. We built the whole thing in our heads.
You know, I think that is one of the most beautiful things about childhood memories, right? Everything felt bigger. Places seemed enormous. Moments felt longer.
Yes, and I think there is a reason for that. As children, everything is new. Your brain is processing so much more information, so time actually feels like it is moving slower.
That is why a summer holiday as a kid felt like it lasted forever. But now, a whole month just disappears.
Gone, like it was never there.
Please don't remind me.
But that is also exactly why those childhood memories are so special. They have this permanent quality. They stay with us. They stay vivid.
And some of them, even after 20, 30 years, you can still remember the smallest details. The color of someone's shirt, the sound of a voice, the way the afternoon light looked coming through a window.
Exactly. Memory is amazing like that.
And I think that is also why talking about childhood memories in English is such good practice. You already know the story. You just need the words to tell it.
Yes, you're not inventing a topic. You're simply telling your own life in a new language.
Pause here. Ask listeners, what is the first childhood memory that came to your mind? Hold on to it for later.
Okay, so let's do this properly. I want to hear a real childhood memory from you, Lisa. Take me back to that grandmother's kitchen.
Okay. So my grandmother used to live in a small house outside the city, not far, about an hour away. But to me, as a child, it felt like a completely different world.
The countryside always does that.
Completely. And every summer, when school was finally out, my parents would send me there for a few weeks to spend time with her. The classic summer at grandma's house.
The absolute classic.
And I used to love it so much. My grandmother was this quiet, gentle woman. She didn't talk a lot, but the whole house just felt calm, like a safe place, peaceful in a way that is hard to describe.
You felt completely at home there.
Completely. Now, the thing I remember most is Saturday mornings. Every Saturday morning, without fail, my grandmother would wake up very early, before the sun was properly up, and she would start baking.
What did she make?
She made this bread, very simple, very traditional, but the smell was incredible. I used to wake up in my little bed in the back room of the house, and I'd just lie there with my eyes still closed, smelling the bread and feeling so content, like everything in the world was fine and nothing could go wrong.
Lisa, that is such a beautiful image, and honestly, I am making me want bread right now, and it's not even lunchtime.
Same, honestly. But what I remember most is what happened after the bread was ready. My grandmother would sit me down at the kitchen table, just the two of us, and she would cut me this thick piece of bread with butter. Just butter, nothing else. And we would sit quietly together. She didn't always say much, but I remember feeling so seen, so loved.
That is the thing about grandparents, isn't it? Sometimes the quietest moments with them are the ones you carry the longest.
Yes. And I think about that now, and I realize in hindsight, what she was giving me in those Saturday mornings was a feeling of peace, of being completely present somewhere, with no rush, no noise, no worry.
In hindsight, you understood the gift.
Exactly. As a child, I just thought, great, bread. But now I see it so differently. That's one memory I will always cherish.
That is such a beautiful story. I'm smiling over here, Lisa.
Good. That is always the goal. Okay, your turn, Joseph. Tell me about the football stadium that was not really a football stadium.
Okay, so I grew up in a neighborhood where all the kids kind of knew each other. It was that kind of community. Everyone's door was open. You could go in and out of people's houses freely. It felt safe and connected.
That sounds lovely.
It really was. And at the end of our street, there was this empty piece of land. Maybe it was meant to be a building one day, I'm honestly not sure. But there was this open, flat space, and we claimed it.
You just decided this is ours.
We claimed it completely. Every single afternoon after school, and I mean every afternoon, there would be 8, 10, 12 kids all playing football there. We used old bags as goalposts. One time, I'm pretty sure we used a pair of shoes.
Very professional.
International standard. Now, the thing is, we used to get up to so much mischief on that field. It was not only football. Sometimes we would come up with completely made-up games, little competitions, who can run fastest, who can jump highest, pure make-believe tournaments with rules we invented on the spot.
You were the kind of kids who made absolutely everything into a competition.
Everything, absolutely everything. Come to think of it, we probably invented about 50 different sports that summer.
None of which are in the Olympics yet.
Give it time. But the memory that really stays with me, and I think about this one often, is one particular afternoon. I must have been about 9 years old. We were playing this big game, and I scored the goal that won the match.
Oh, come on, really?
I know. But listen, in that moment, running around with my arms in the air, all the other kids shouting and laughing, it felt like I had won the World Cup. I'm not exaggerating even slightly.
I completely believe you. That kind of joy is 100% real.
It was the purest feeling I can remember from childhood. And come to think of it, I honestly don't think I've felt quite that kind of pure, uncomplicated joy since then, not in exactly the same way.
That's so interesting, isn't it? Children don't hold back their happiness. They just feel it completely, without any filter.
No filter whatsoever. No, is this appropriate? No, what will people think? Just arms in the air, screaming with joy because we won a game on an empty piece of land in the afternoon sun.
I think that's one of the things we lose a little when we grow up, that ability to be completely inside a moment.
Yes, no distraction, no phone to check, just the game, the friends, the light.
You know, I think the memories we cherish most are usually not the big events, not the birthday parties with all the decorations, not the expensive trips.
No, they're always the ordinary moments that somehow became extraordinary.
The Saturday morning bread, the afternoon football game on an empty piece of land.
Small things, human things.
And nostalgia can sometimes be a little misleading. We tend to remember the good parts more than the hard parts. But I do think childhood gave us something real, a kind of freedom.
The freedom of not knowing yet how complicated life could be.
Exactly. And I think it's worth going back to those memories sometimes, not to live in the past, but to remind yourself of who you were, what made you happy before life got busy.
Can I ask you something, Lisa? Is there a childhood activity you miss? Something you used to do all the time that just stopped as you got older?
Oh, reading. I used to read constantly as a child, under the blanket with a torch after bedtime. Very serious crimes against sleep.
A tiny rebel.
A very tired rebel. I read on the bus, at lunch, everywhere. And somewhere along the way, I just drifted away from it. Life got fuller, my attention span got shorter,
And the phone arrived.
and the phone arrived. What about you?
Drawing. I used to love drawing little cartoon characters in my notebooks, on the edges of my homework pages. My teachers were not always thrilled about that part.
I imagine not.
But I loved it. I could sit for an hour and not notice the time passing at all. And then slowly I just drifted away from it. Responsibilities arrived with their very heavy bags.
Responsibilities arrived with their very heavy bags. Joseph, that is such a perfect sentence.
I'll be honest, I'm quite proud of that one.
As you should be. And I think a lot of our listeners will relate to that feeling. Something they loved, something that made them feel alive, that got quieter as life got louder.
If that is you, and it probably is, maybe this episode is a small, gentle reminder. Think about one thing you drifted away from. Maybe it is still waiting for you somewhere.
Maybe your old hobby is just sitting there somewhere, like, hello, I have been here the whole time.
Very patient, that hobby.
Okay, English learners, before we go to the word tour, here's your challenge for today.
Think about one childhood memory, just one. It doesn't need to be big or impressive. It can be a smell, a sound, a specific afternoon, a person's face.
And write it in the comments. You can start with, when I was a child, I used to, and finish the sentence. Or try, one memory I cherish from my childhood is...
Even just one or two sentences. Every comment you write is real practice. And honestly, we love reading them. They always make our day.
We have listeners from so many different countries, and reading about your childhoods from all around the world is always the best part of our week.
So don't be shy. Come and share with us. All right, it's time for the word tour. This is where we take the most useful vocabulary from today's episode and break it down for you. Clearly, simply, with examples, so you can take these words with you and actually use them.
Okay, if something is vivid, it is very clear and detailed in your mind. It feels almost real, like you were there again. A vivid memory is one you can see, hear, or even smell very clearly, even after many years.
For example, I have such a vivid memory of that summer. I can still see the colors of the garden.
Or, she described the event in such vivid detail that I could picture everything perfectly.
Vivid.
Vivid.
Nostalgia is the warm, slightly bittersweet feeling you get when you think about the past. It's happy and a little sad at the same time. The adjective is nostalgic.
For example, listening to those old songs always fills me with nostalgia.
Or, I felt very nostalgic looking through those old photographs.
Nostalgia. Nostalgic.
To cherish something means to feel great love and care for it, to hold it close to your heart. We often say we cherish memories or cherish people.
For example, I cherish the time I spent with my grandmother. Those memories are very precious to me.
Or, he cherishes every moment with his children.
Cherish.
Cherish.
Mischief is playful behavior that causes a little bit of trouble, but nothing serious. A mischievous child is naughty in a fun, lovable way.
For example, we used to get up to so much mischief in the neighborhood as kids.
Or, she had this mischievous smile. You always knew she was planning something.
Mischief.
Mischief.
Make-believe is when you pretend something is real. Children love make-believe, playing games where they are characters in their own stories. Doctors, superheroes, football champions.
For example, we used to play make-believe in the garden for hours. I was always the queen.
Of course.
Or, as a child, he lived in a world of make-believe. Every game was an adventure.
Make-believe.
Make-believe.
In hindsight is a very useful expression. It means looking back at the past with the understanding you have now, when you understand something better because you can see how things turned out.
For example, in hindsight, my grandmother was teaching me to slow down and be present.
Or, in hindsight, it was the right decision, even though it was hard at the time.
In hindsight.
In hindsight.
When you drift away from something, you slowly lose connection with it over time. Not suddenly, just quietly, little by little, like a small boat moving away from the shore without anyone steering.
For example, I drifted away from drawing after I started working full-time.
Or, old friends sometimes drift away when life gets busy.
Drift away. Drift away from something.
To get up to something means to do something, often something a little cheeky or adventurous. It's a very natural, informal expression.
For example, we used to get up to so much mischief as kids.
Or someone asks you, "What did you get up to last weekend?" Which simply means, "What did you do?"
Very useful in everyday English conversation. Get up to.
Get up to.
And that is the end of today's word tour. 10 words and expressions, all from a real conversation about childhood.
And remember, you don't have to memorize all of them right now. Choose even one or two and use them this week in a sentence, in your notes, in the comments, and they will start to feel like yours.
Exactly. Language lives in use, not in lists.
Okay, before we go, our comment challenge one more time. Write one childhood memory in the comments. Start with, "When I was a child, I used to," or "One memory I cherish from my childhood is."
Even just 1 or 2 sentences. Every comment you write is real practice. And honestly, we love reading them. They always make our day.
We have listeners from so many different countries, and reading about your childhoods from all around the world is always the best part of our week.
So don't be shy. Come and share with us. All right, that's such a beautiful note to end on.
I thought so.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe to MindSpeak English. It really helps more learners find us, and it means so much.
Thank you for spending this time with us today. Keep listening, keep practicing.
And keep remembering the little moments. They matter more than you know.
This is Lisa.
And this is Joseph.
And you have been listening to MindSpeak English. Bye.
Bye.